Are you gonna buy from Bperfect in the future? What do you think, sir? Oh, so he's bored. He's bored. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm a Russian American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials of affordable makeup, but today we're doing a review of a more expensive piece that I had to buy. This is Scepter by the Vivienne. She created this with Bperfect and I had to get it, although it's not my channel motto to get something more pricey, but I had to support the Vivienne, and I got this from Bperfect, and it arrived yesterday actually. So we're gonna be reviewing this and doing this rainbow look. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring notification bell so YouTube notifies you of all the new videos I upload. I upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. Do follow me on social media, the links are down below, as well as my Patreon group. So subscribe, like, comment, let's get into it. So I ordered this on June 8th and today is June 15th. I received it yesterday, so it took a week to arrive from the time I ordered, which is really great actually, because it comes from UK, and you know, with the pandemic is wrapping up, but still delivery is usually a little bit slow, so this was good. The shipping was $14.99, and it's not dollars, that's pounds, so it's much more in dollars. And the total of the palette was $35.95. So I got a discount code, 15%, I think. Was it 15% or was it 10%? Something like that. I forgot it already, but anyway, discount was minus £7. So the total was 43 pounds with the shipping included, which is not bad for this kind of palette and this brand, and considering it's arriving to US, so I think I've got a pretty good deal. It's not my regular cup of tea because I like to review affordable makeup, but I love drag, and I love drag queens, and I love drag culture, and I love the Vivienne. I had to support her. So when I received it, or like a couple of days before, my friend Teresa dropped a bomb on us. I don't follow some accounts, or it just like things go past me and I don't notice them sometimes. And she noticed that Bperfect announced they're about to carry Jeffree Star makeup in their stores, and some people are not happy about it, and it's like it's a disappointment when a brand support a person has been problematic with his behavior, and why did they have to do it? So I like Bperfect, love Tahiti, I love their Excel Pro, I love the Manifest palette. I think the formula is a little different, so the Excel Pro is a little dry. I love the heat is a little better, a lot better, but still on the dry side. The formula is a little different. But this, I was expecting really bad for some reason, because Teresa, I mean, I would say she shat all over it. And that's what I said. She took a big poo, and I was like, oh my god, this is bad, this is bad. And now I think she either got bad palate, or she probably already felt funk towards the brand, and maybe that's why it didn't work out. But happened to me before with a ColourPop palette that I just felt so bad about the brand at the moment, so I didn't like the palette, but I'm not sure. Anyway, who knows what happened. So my palette swatched excellent, performed excellent, and I think this is the best Bperfect formula I had. So huge congratulations to the Vivienne. You did amazing. This is a really good palette. Bperfect formula can be a little dry and hard pressed, but this one had no problems with any of the shades. I smeared them all over my husband's arms. You're gonna have dry, hairy arm schmears. Well, because he's so dry, I mean, we all have dry arms, I guess, to some point, to some degree. So I put concealer on his arms to give the shades more chance to perform, because that's how I apply my eyeshadow primer, right? So I put cheap concealer on his arms because his arms don't deserve expensive primers. Anyway, so you'll see him suffering. By the way, this was done in my bedroom, and he was like half squatting. I'm like, why are you in the tree pose standing? That's because the only way I can fit in there. So he's standing with his leg like this. I'm like, is it that necessary? Are you being just a drama queen? Girl. He was being a drama queen. And I said that some of the shades, they look similar. And I was worried they're gonna be exactly the same, but now I see the concept that one is cooler, one is warmer. And I think that's why the Vivienne did this, because it's clearly for the color theory. The warmer and the cooler color story, you can create different looks. If you need cooler blues here, if you need warmer blues here. I would probably not do this necessarily if I was a creator, because to me it's like too close, similar, but I see why she did that. And my husband had another theory why she did that. I was swatching it. I would rather say I was smearing eyeshadow on his arm. And I said, well, why did they put so many similar shades in the palette? And he says, well, because they had to fill those little squares. And I was like, huh? It took me a few bits to figure out. He called the pencils little squares, and like, well, they had to fill those little thingies there. And he would be right. That's how we make a big palette. Anyway, all teal shade. My husband shaded all over it. There we have it. As you see, with all the tea and all the shade, it swatched great. No problems with it. It took a couple of smears to go over, but that's how it always takes, especially when you put concealer, and it creates a sticky base, so it's kind of stops my finger. So I had to do a few of them. But as you can see, everything looks awesome, perfect. The black is real black. The white is real white. The shimmers are amazing. The glitter was stunning. I haven't used the glitter yet, and I'm already like, I need to use glitter next time. So there you have it. The smears on my hairy arm on my husband. Well, he's not that hairy, see? He's pretty cool. Anyway, so that was it. That was all of the colors. So let's get into the tutorial, and this would be my last Bperfect tutorial probably, sadly. But nevertheless, congratulations to Vivienne. Let's not dampen your moment. You are amazing, and your palette is the bomb, and I love the look. Look at this. That is so regal. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm wearing the crown, like clearly. Scepter, crown. I don't have a scepter, but I have a crown. Okay, let's get into it. You're so sleepy. It's my baby, Shangela. This is Shangela, and this is the Vivienne look. How do you like the Vivienne? Oh, Shangela's so sleepy. He doesn't give a poop. What do you think about this look? Not interested? What do you think about the Jeffree Star drama and Bperfect? Do you care? Nope, he doesn't care. Oh, maybe he does. Are you gonna buy from Bperfect in the future? What do you think, sir? Oh, so he's bored. He's bored with the beauty guru drama. Oh, my baby. He's the sweetest little thing. Oh, baby. So sleepy. So sleepy and so not interested. Makeup isn't my thing. Oh, baby. Isn't he cute? Yes, it's a male kitty named Shangela, short of Shangy, and he's got an Instagram page. So if you want to follow my baby, I'm gonna list his Instagram in the description box. Pimping out my baby. Alright, baby needs to eat. We're gonna go now. So I've got Bperfect base on my eyeball, and that's very appropriate. Bperfect with Bperfect. And this is a very good base, but it's a little dark for people who like extra light base or white. And it looks good on my 10 Russian eyeballs. It's fake 10 the house, but On some paler people might look orange, but I love this as a base. My skin is dry, but it's not making me too crusty. It's a good one. So I'm gonna use Spectrum 8 to 12 brush, and we're gonna start with black because, you know, we must use black in the beginning. The true test of the palette, how black is the black. That is good black, and it's very, very pigmented. It's not dry or hard pressed. I'm just comparing to my first experience. Excuse the plane. I'm just comparing to my first experience with the Carnival XL Pro. I hated it so much. I honestly was like, I never want to try it again. It's so dry. It's so hard pressed. There's some kind of weird texture on the top of the eyeshadow. And then they sent me a second palette, and the second palette performed better, surprisingly. And now I'm okay. I still think the formula of XL Pro is a little dry, but it's still a nice palette. The Lofty Heat is a little better. Some shades not that great. But this is gonna be the ultimate test. How good is this palette? Because that's another Bperfect, and since my first experience was dry, I mean, so far, this is incredible. I'm just blending out the edge a little bit. Well, this is gonna be covered up with blue and purple. I just wanted to test the black. The black is real black. Blends out a little bit. So you see, this kind of thing makes the edges softer, so the rest of the color is gonna go on smoother and you're not gonna have patchiness. So now I'm going to go with a real cheap brush, unnamed Profusion brush, and we're gonna go to depth. I wanted to try the blue. I wanted to try as many colors as I can, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna blend out the edges a little bit. The same thing. So you see, blue went on top of the black perfectly. There is no issues. The blue was as creamy as black. You know what the test is, when I push the brush into the pan with the XL Pro, like at least the first palette, it felt like it was scraping the dust, like it was like a nail file dry. It was so bad, and it wouldn't stick to the base. It's like it was terrible. This one, as creamy, as pigmented as you can imagine, like any high-end shadow will be. So this is the Moda brush from BoxyCharm, one of my free brushes, and that's about the same size. It's BMX 466 shade. And now we're going for the beautiful purple. It's called Purple Rain. And when I placed purple next to green, I was like, this is my dream. Because I love green and purple together. Misa's probably having a vomit moment at the moment. Misa, my friend, she hates purple and green. She's like, it's like Barney dinosaur. And I'm like, what's Barney? I don't know what Barney is. In Soviet Union, we didn't have Barney. No, I'm kidding. I know what that is. I just never watched the cartoon. Anyway, I had to Google Barney and see what he looks like. It does look like purple and green. But it's like warm purple, and I like cool purple and green, so no Barneys. Can't believe I'm discussing this. Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm going to blend out the edges with the same brush that I cleaned on the paper towel. I don't know why I stopped using the color switch. Somehow I got out of the habit. Just slightly. And now we're going for the pink. Another unnamed Morphe brush from the set, about the same size. Let's say it's like a cold medium size. Not too large, not too fluffy. So it's good for packing and blending, I would say. So now we're going for my favorite looking pink lady. I'm placing it on top of purple and slightly beyond that. That's just to help the blend. So I'm just patting it on because my eyebrow tattoo cover up is here. And Rock'em Sakura, if you're watching it, if you are watching this, when you said your eyebrows are smooth, well, apparently you missed when I said I have no eyebrows. That's the only thing I cheated on. my thyroid disease, I have low thyroid, so my eyebrows are almost gone. So what I do is I shave the rest, and I have old eyebrow tattoo, so I cover up the tattoo. So when I say cover up, it's a tattoo cover up. So unfortunately, I did not cover the hair. It wasn't because my skills of covering hair so smooth. So there you go, I outed myself. But you see, if you pay attention, if you listen to what I'm saying, you would have known that. Pay attention. Okay, so you see now we got the edge. So now I'm going back to purple. And now in deep purple and pink together. Purple Rain and Pink Lady, back and forth. To create a color in between. So now it is going to help the blend. I often use this technique, kind of dip in a brush between two colors to help the blend between a very light and very dark color, or different colors and tonality. See, this is working, people. And you know, the eyeshadows do blend well. So far I have not experienced any hard bands like what Teresa was talking about. I don't know if the quality is different between different palettes, which is not a good thing either, because that's what happened to me in XL Pro. They sent me a second palette and it felt like different quality, so that's not a good sign for their business. So yeah. Anyway, so this is Spectrum B11. This is a fluffier brush. I like to use this for blending out lighter shades, like at the end of my blend. I mean, obviously the eye ends here, but my eye ends at my hairline. I'm just being silly. Okay, Cotton Candy. And that was the logical progression. It's a pretty shade, real pretty shade. A lot warmer than the Pink Lady. And yet, look, it blends like it's supposed to be there. Okay, going back to depth. And then to Skydive, and then I might add some white party. So I'm taking a small brush because of my deep set eyes, and nothing ever fits in the deep dark holes of mine. Yeah, this place, inner corner, in my eyeball is called deep dark hole. That's what I call it. So just up 230 Luxe pencil brush, I'm going to go to depth. I'm pretty much continuing with blue. I was gonna do purple and pink throughout, but I'm like, no. I want more. I want all of the colors in the rainbow. I love Pride months and I love rainbow looks. I love rainbow looks so much, now I have a legit reason to do them all month long. So I'm milking this for all it's worth. It's gonna be all months of rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. So if you guys like neutral looks, sorry. I'm due to film a natural look one of these days, because all I do is colorful looks, but that's me, I love it, so just let me live. So just up 2 to 3 Petite Eye Blender. I really like this because the edges are so soft. It's so good to blend out shades. So I'm going to go into Skydive. I'm going to stamp it on and blend. So this is going to look very rough, but we're going to make this work. I'm going to dip the same brush first into a towel and then into a white party. That's a white eyeshadow. And then blend this out. Okay, I cut my crease with P. Louise base and I cleaned the eyelid first because I want the colors to stand out. So let's do the brow bone first and then I'm gonna continue. So I'm gonna take another small gesso brush. I like this for the brow bone. This is a 237 detail shader and I'm going to go, and Teresa's right, this looks very similar actually, the shimmers, but I bet this is a different formula because it's a highlight and the eyeshadows should be different formula. So I'm just saying should be, I'm not saying it is, but you know. Bath Bomb because it's more pinkish and I feel like I want pink on top of pink on top of pink. I could have used the whole pink, but anyway. So I'm not spraying it with any setting spray. Look at that, just as is. This palette so far is the bomb, and this is called Bath Bomb, and I feel like the whole palette is the bomb. too bad that they're gonna carry Jeffree Star now. It's like, why did they have to mess it up? Now we're not gonna be able to buy it anymore. Yeah, that is pretty. Alright, taking a flat brush. I'm going to outline this first. I mean, I don't have to because I ended up putting some glitter in there, but you know. So this is one of my new brushes that came in BoxyCharm. Luxie 211 contour brush, but this is great and very sharp for lining out the lines. So I'm gonna start with Gush. So this is the order: Gush, Waste, and Bubble. So Bubble looks like Heen a lot. It would be interesting to swatch this palette compared to my other Carnival palettes. I might do a separate video swatching this palette compared to the Love Tahiti and XL Pro, although it's like too much honor for Bperfect, but it would be interesting. Okay, so Gush. So the reason I'm not applying on the whole lid, well, I might actually press it down, because it's hard to blend colors next to each other if you apply it with a flat brush. So I'm just gonna kind of first put it next to the line, and then I'm gonna use fluffier brush all over. And I'm gonna dip into the, what is it called? Waste. It's like toxic waste, to see what you did with this. So now I'm gonna take a fluffier brush, another one of this Jessup Petite Eye Blender 223, and I'm gonna go back into the darker green. I get tired of reading the names after a while, because they're small, they're light, and I can't see them well from here. I'm not blind, I just can't read them from here. And I'm too lazy to bring the palette up to my eyeballs. See? That blends easy. And now I'm gonna use a smaller brush to go for the yellow. And that's a Sigma brush, shader inner corner E46. And for some reason, it's losing its paint. Well, I got this in TJ Maxx. I don't know what my husband did to it, because if you might not know, I don't know if you might know, my husband helps me with washing brushes because I always film late, and then he wants dinner and I want somebody to clean my brushes. So I'm like, well, if you want dinner, honey, here are the brushes. So anyway, so he must have destroyed it along the way. Are you listening to what I'm saying? You destroyed my brush while cleaning. Do you have anything to say about this? He says no. He's like, you should be thankful I'm helping you to clean them. And he would be right. Okay, so this is a very good yellow, very pigmented. Usually when I want yellow to stand out, I might use a white base. Like Beauty Creations has white base and have like some AliExpress bases. But this goes on into the Pillows base is 0.5, so it's not completely white. So now we're gonna blend this edge here. So I'm gonna take the first brush with a black. I'm gonna dip into the mossy, it's like a greenish shade. So again, another pigmented shade. No problems with pigmentation or hard pressed eyeshadow, which I did have with the other palettes. And up to this day, I still have some issues with dryness with Bperfect Carnivals. This one though, totally different story. Okay, now we're getting the blend. And now I'm going to use the Beauty Creation white. And this is gel liner. I'm going to use it on Jessup brush. 317 Wing Liner. This is very thick and can go over the eyeshadow easily. I decided to go with white here to make it kind of like drag look, but not quite, but drag inspired, because I want to use white eyeshadow and see how pigmented it is. So what I did on the other eye, I did this, and then I felt like I wanted to extend it, so I added some more NYX Epic Liner to make it brighter at the end. Okay, so this is the fluffy brush, Luxie brush from BoxyCharm, I'm going for the white party. And we're gonna see how pigmented this is. Because white, it's like black, you know, and it has to be pigmented and opaque. And look at that. It did not disappoint. That's a white. So I would be interested to see your opinion, guys. Like, how's your palette performing? Do we see the same inconsistencies in quality? So now we can't see anything underneath. I mean, I covered up all the eyeshadow. So what I did in the other eye, I added more primer here. I mean, obviously I add the base and I'll kind of, you know, swish it a little more. But I want to add a little more base. Yes, I know it's a mess, but we'll clean it later. So I'm going to add a little more base so that bright red and orange applies better, because that's the colors I haven't used yet. And that's what I'm gonna go on my eyelids. So I'm just gonna use my flat brush. So now I'm gonna go with a smaller brush, and there are gonna be so many brushes to clean for my husband. It's like 6:30 already. It's dinner time, almost dinner time. Okay, Detail Shader 237. I have 2 of this because I have 2 sets of GSM brushes. Thanks to my friend Anne-Marie. She sent me one. Thank you, Anne-Marie. So I'm going to Canary. So I'm going to give you the order of thanks as usual, Canary. Then I'm going to go to Orange Peel and LV. And we'll see what happens. Canary. Look at that. Holy cow, it's pigmented. I mean, obviously I did that already, but still, like, I'm applying it and I'm like, damn, this is a good eyeshadow. Alright, being lazy, clean it up on a paper towel. I'm gonna dip into the orange peel, because I just felt mercy for my husband. I didn't want to use 2 more brushes for the orange. He's sitting right next to me and hearing me throw shade at him. And I'm going back to LV. I don't even like orange that much, but this is so bright. I'm like living for this glitter brush. So I'm going to use a very inexpensive glitter for this. You Can Be, I got this on Amazon. I mean, AliExpress, Amazon, You Can Be website. It's a pretty silver glitter. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing because it's very tedious. But I felt like this is a totally matte look. So I needed a line here. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna finish this and come back with a full face of beat. So here we are. The makeup is done. I'm still wearing the crown. Yeah, I did my usual smoky look all the way to the temple. Well, in this case, I just had to test most of the colors. If not all of them. Not all of them, but most, you know. And I did another rainbow look, surprise, but you know, I have a good excuse. There's Pride Month and I love Pride and I love rainbow, so why not? So I think the quality is amazing. If you guys got a bad palette, maybe it's just about bad palette, but I think the Vivienne formula is great. I think they did real good, and I like this better than my Carnival palettes, to be honest. So I did end up using the Contour Sculpt. I did use the blush, Parasol. It's a very pretty color. I feel like it'll suit a lot of skin tones. It looks really nice. And I used a combination of both highlights. I started with the blinding and then ended up with glaze on top, and they're all blinding. I mean, the quality is great. The highlight is great. I have no problems with any of this. Yeah. I used for inner corner, I used Marshmallow, which is similar to glaze, but I would imagine the formula is different. Although they do look very similar, but I think the face products might be different formula. I'm just guessing. So that's both of them together. They do look slightly different, actually. They look almost identical, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not an eyeshadow expert manufacturer, but I would imagine the formulas would be different. So I'm just giving this a benefit of a doubt because I know my friend Teresa said that the shades are just identical, but in my opinion they are different in tonality and warms. I think it's made for the color wheel theory to be used for the warm tones or cool tones. Like you have cool tone here, you have a corresponding warm tone in pink. And the same thing with the cherry, like a Marsha is like a cherry red, pinkish color, and canary is more red. And this oranges, this one is warmer orange, this one is red, kind of a cooler orange. The same thing here. The medium rare and marooned look slightly different. I mean, I can see the difference in colors, and I know where she was going with it. And the Skydive and Angeline, they look different because one is greener and one is bluer. And they're both pigmented. I have no issues with them. I have no issues with patchiness or dryness. They both look the same. I don't have any primer on my hand and they come on. So I think, Teresa, if you're watching, and I know you'll be watching, I think you got a defective palette. So I would say contact Bperfect, because it happened to me before, and it's not a good sign that the brand has such inconsistency in quality. But again, I don't know. Who knows what happened? So I love this. Congratulations. I don't know if she would be watching this, probably not, but congratulations to Vivienne. This is amazing. You created beautiful, beautiful product. So let me know, guys, in the comments what you think. Let me know if your palette is good, because I'm curious. I know that there's some good reviews, there's some questionable reviews. Mine is excellent. I was actually expecting very, very bad quality, and it turned out excellent. So let me know, like this video if you enjoyed it, give this video a big thumbs up, and do please subscribe to my channel. I upload 3 times a week, on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. So don't forget to ring notification bell so you get notified of the new videos. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, the links are down in the description box, as well as my Patreon group. So thank you guys for supporting me. Huge thank you to all my patrons. You guys are great. We have Telegram chat, we have Facebook group, and I do special lives for patrons. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!